Port Charles has seen disappearances before, but never like this. Marco's shocking vanishing act rocks Sonny's world, and Lucas Jones finds himself crossing lines no one saw coming. What's driving these betrayals? Who stands to gain? And who will pay the ultimate price? Buckle up as we explore of secrets, suspense, and stunning spoilers that could tear the Corinthos family and Port Charles apart forever. From the moment Marco arrived in Port Charles, his life seemed entwined with trouble. As Sonny's newly revealed son, whose existence was hidden for decades, Marco carried not just the burden of the Corinthos name, but the weight of enemies he barely knew. In recent weeks, viewers saw Marco growing closer to Sonny, desperate for his father's approval. The two shared late-night talks at Pozzolo's, moments where Sonny hinted at wanting to bring Marco deeper into the business, though he never used the word mob. Marco, torn between wanting to impress his father and fearing what that path truly meant, seemed caught in an impossible bind. And now, he's gone. The disappearance unfolds in classic General Hospital fashion. Marco fails to show up for an important lunch with Sonny at the Metro Court. His phone rings until it goes dead. A frantic search led by Dante and Brick comes up empty, and even Jason, back in town for a brief visit, hits a dead end. The last clue? A security camera near Pier 55 shows Marco meeting a mysterious figure in a dark coat. The footage cuts out moments before Marco vanishes. For Sonny, Marco's disappearance is more than a family crisis. It's a personal nightmare. Guilt haunts him. If he hadn't tried to draw Marco closer, would his son still be safe? Viewers see Sonny's torment in heart-wrenching scenes at the Corinthos compound, where he tells Carly, "All I ever wanted was to protect him. Now he's out there, maybe hurt, maybe worse because of me." But Sonny's sorrow quickly hardens into fury. Old instincts resurface as he makes calls, leaning on old allies and enemies alike. Even Selena Wu, usually guarded and calculating, appears shaken when Sonny demands answers. Brick warns him, "Whoever did this, they planned it. They knew Marco's habits, and they wanted you to react." And react Sonny does. We'll see Sonny's empire in motion. Unmarked SUVs circling the docks. Silent men in suits appearing at local bars, asking questions no one dares ignore. An unspoken thread in Sonny's eyes that reminds Port Charles he is still the man who once ruled the Eastern Corridor. While Marco's disappearance dominates headlines, another shockwave hits the Corinthos and Quartermain families. Lucas Jones, long considered the family peacemaker, makes a choice no one saw coming. Viewers notice the subtle build-up. Lucas, recently back in town and co-parenting Wiley, grew increasingly frustrated with the endless cycles of violence surrounding the Corinthos clan. A doctor by training, Lucas spent years trying to live outside his family's shadow, but Marco's vanishing becomes his breaking point. In a heated confrontation at the Metro Court, Lucas tells Carly and Michael, "Every time you promise it'll stop, it starts again. Another son pulled in, another body in the water. I won't let Wiley grow up thinking this is normal. If you won't end this, then I will." But what does Lucas do next? Shockingly, spoilers reveal Lucas begins secretly working with an unlikely ally, the PCPD. Yes, Lucas, deeply conflicted, begins passing small but significant pieces of information to Anna Devane, whose return as police commissioner is rumored to shake the entire canvas. Lucas isn't motivated by revenge, but by desperation to protect Wiley and to break the cycle that claimed Marco. This betrayal threatens to blow up everything. Family dinners become tense standoffs. Carly and Bobby beg Lucas to reconsider, and Michael, Lucas's cousin and once closest friend, feels doubly betrayed. Fans and characters alike start to ask, who would dare kidnap Sonny's son? Suspects emerge quickly. Selena Wu. Some whisper she saw Marco as a liability. Mason Gatlin. Recently released from prison, rumor has it he's building his own network. Victor Cassidy's last loyalists. Could Marco's disappearance be about unfinished Cassidine business? Nina Reeves. Though unlikely, some suspect Nina, still desperate to hurt Sonny after recent betrayals. But the wildest theory? Marco staged his own disappearance. New spoilers hint Marco discovered something that made him run. A coded journal found in Marco's apartment suggests he was digging into his past, including his mother's history and Sonny's darkest secrets. Jason discovers Marco had been meeting a mysterious contact known only as Artie. Initials fans quickly speculate could stand for Rick Lansing, Sonny's brother and former nemesis. If Marco learned something so dangerous he'd rather vanish than become a target, the real question becomes, what secret did he uncover, and how will it change everything? Lucas's quiet cooperation with Anna Devane starts small. Tidbits about Sonny's business, overheard conversations, movements of shipments that seem suspicious. But Anna, driven by her own complicated feelings towards Sonny, presses Lucas for more. Lucas struggles, especially as Bobby confronts him. "This isn't who you are, Lucas. You're not like Julian, sneaking around behind your family's back." But Lucas insists, "If I don't do something, who will? Another son will vanish. Another kid, like Wiley, will be left without a father." Viewers see Lucas's torment. At the hospital, he nearly confesses to Carly. At Charlie's, he destroys a burner phone in a moment of guilt. But the deeper he gets, the harder it becomes to turn back. As Sonny grows increasingly desperate, his methods turn darker. Brick warns him to be careful, but Sonny can't listen. When Dante, as a cop and a son, pleads for moderation, Sonny coldly replies, "This is what I do." In one chilling scene, Sonny threatens a dock worker who might have seen something, his rage boiling just beneath the surface. Carly sees the old Sonny returning, the man she both loves and fears. In a heartbreaking moment, she tells Jason, "If Marco doesn't come home, we may lose Sonny forever." At last, spoilers reveal what Marco uncovered that made him run. Marco learned about a covert deal Sonny made decades ago, an agreement that saved Sonny's life but cost another man his freedom. That man? Marco's maternal uncle, whose disappearance was quietly buried in the files of the Five Families. Marco discovered letters his mother wrote, revealing she begged Sonny to rescue her brother. But Sonny chose his own survival. This betrayal cuts Marco to the core. Sonny, the father he risked everything to know, once sacrificed his own family for power. Feeling betrayed, fearing Sonny might silence him to keep the secret buried, Marco runs, but not before leaving breadcrumbs behind, hoping someone, maybe Dante, maybe Jason, will uncover the truth. Anna's investigation gains momentum, thanks to Lucas's information. But word leaks, likely through Jordan Ashford or Dante, and soon the Corinthos family learns the truth. The confrontation explodes at the Quartermain mansion during an emergency family meeting. Carly demands to know why Lucas did it. Bobby is torn between heartbreak and anger. Michael, feeling doubly betrayed by family, coldly tells Lucas, "Congratulations, you just burned every bridge you had left." Lucas doesn't deny it. Instead, he delivers a scathing truth. "I did it to protect Wiley from ending up like Marco, or like Morgan." How many sons have to vanish before someone finally says enough? The family is left in pieces. Bobby weeps. Carly walks out. Even Wiley, too young to understand, feels the coldness settling over the once warm family. Just when Sonny thinks he's lost everything, a new threat emerges. Spoilers tease the arrival of a shadowy figure with ties to the Cassadine remnants, someone who knows about Marco's secret, the letters, and the old betrayal. Could this figure have helped Marco disappear? Or did they take Marco for leverage against Sonny? In a twist that will have fans buzzing, the final moments of an upcoming episode will reportedly show Marco alive, in a dimly lit safe house, guarded by a figure whose identity is kept secret. Marco whispers into a recorder, "If they find me, this all comes out. But if I stay hidden, maybe nobody else gets hurt." In true General Hospital fashion, these revelations spark new storylines. Sonny must decide, confess his past sins to save Marco, or bury the truth and risk losing him forever. Lucas, now estranged from his family, struggles with guilt. Will he double down, or work to repair the damage? Michael faces pressure to step up as the new family protector. Does he embrace Sonny's legacy, or forge a different path? Dante feels torn between duty as a cop and loyalty to his father and brother. Carly must decide, stand by Sonny or finally walk away for good. And looming over all of them, Marco's secret knowledge about Sonny, about the family, about choices that shaped decades of Port Charles history. As the dust settles, fans will see General Hospital push the Corinthos family into uncharted territory. A father forced to face his worst sins. A son who chose truth over loyalty and paid the price. Another son, lost in the shadows, carrying secrets that could destroy them all. Whether this story ends in reconciliation, ruin, or revenge remains to be seen, but one thing is certain: Port Charles will never be the same.